45 of Raw Sport. My name is Ahmed Al-Houli. We're back with another big one, Tony. What's happening, mate?
Good afternoon, Ahmed. Another big Friday and another huge guest. Let's get stuck in.
Absolutely. Andrew Moloney joins us on the show. Andrew, how are you, buddy?
Ahmed, Tony, thanks for having me on, guys. I'm going really well.
Andrew, we know you've got a very busy schedule, so we're going to get straight into it, mate. Now, the big question Australia is waiting for an answer on. Are you retiring, like you said, after your last fight?
Look, there's still a little bit to play out. Still in negotiations to hopefully lock this rematch in with Pedro Guevara. That's my sole goal at the moment, is to lock that rematch in and get that fight locked in as soon as we can. Because that's really what I want at the moment. I've got so much motivation to have that fight and to right that wrong and get the decision that I believe I deserved on the title, which would have set me up for some bigger and better fights in the future, and really been massive for my career. So I really want to make sure we can get that done. If we can get that done, there's no doubt in my mind that's what I want to do. And yes, I won't be retiring if we can put that together. And I still feel like I've probably got some unfinished business in the boxing game, but if we can't make that rematch happen, I'll be extremely disappointed and I'll have some thinking to do. But I'm very hopeful we can make that rematch happen, and absolutely not. I will not be retiring if we can make that happen. That's for sure.
Andrew, what went wrong?
Well, to me, it didn't feel like anything went wrong really. Apart from the fact that I think it was 9 or 10 days out from the fight, I tore my bicep tendon. It was about 70 or 80% off at that stage, they believe, and so that hindered my ability to throw a left hook or a body rip. But I was still able to jab, without any pain. So if you watch the fight, I sort of stuck behind my jab and really just tried to box really box at distance and use that jab as much as I could and use the right hand. And I knew going into the fight that, if I need to, I can throw this left hook and this left rip, but I don't really want to use it if I don't have to. And honestly, on the night, I didn't feel like I needed to use it. I felt like what I was doing was working perfectly fine. I felt like I was winning almost every round. I thought maybe 10-2, maybe 9-3. My corner believed I was doing exactly that as well and almost winning every round, and just telling me, just keep doing what you're doing. You don't need to change anything. And then got the absolute shock of my life at the end of the fight when they announced Guevara as the winner. And now I suppose that is what makes it even harder to take, is the fact that I know I could have done a little bit more, but I just honestly didn't think I needed to. I thought I was winning the fight comfortably. So it's very disappointing.
Did you challenge any of the judges after the fight?
Look, I made it pretty vocal that I thought that I deserved the victory and was robbed of another world title, which I have been in the past as well. I believe that should have been my third world title, and unfortunately, on the end of what I believe was a very bad decision. But yeah, look, I didn't personally attack any of the judges, but I do feel like they definitely made the wrong decision on the night.
Apparently, there were a few chairs that fell foul of you in the rooms afterwards.
Yeah, look, I wanted to go on an absolute rampage, but I controlled myself a little bit. Look, I probably could have controlled things a little bit better than what I did on the night, but I think people need to understand, and I saw a lot of people online saying, I'm a bad sport and a sore loser, but what they don't understand is boxing's a different sport. It's not like a game of football or anything like where you can come back next week and win that match and not much changes. This is a fight of that magnitude, and the decision in that fight is honestly life-changing for me and my family. And when I've dedicated over 20 years of my life to this sport and are really in the deep end now to try and secure a good future for my family. It's easier said than done to have a decision like that taken away from you and just to cop it on the chin and not say anything. So, yes, I probably said a few things that got me in a bit of trouble, but look, I'm extremely passionate and really believe that I deserved to have the victory that night, and what they took away from me was extremely devastating and life-changing.
No, good on you for speaking up.
Thank you.
Andrew, how was the night overall? I mean, obviously not the best, but how was the experience, the promotion, Perth in general?
Yeah, look, it's always, a real honour to be a part of those huge events here in Australia, to have, a fight of that magnitude and have Vasyl Lomachenko here in Australia. Millions and millions of eyeballs watching from all around the world, tuning into a fight card in Australia. It's an honour to be a part of it all. And it should have been a very, very special night. Unfortunately, I felt like that was taken away from me, and now I just got my fingers crossed and just hope that we can make this rematch happen, because otherwise I'm probably going to have this fight haunt me for the rest of my life if I can't right that wrong.
Well, Andrew, for all your fight fans moving forward, you are sitting in your car on the Gold Coast. That's not a funny seatbelt. Can you just lift up your arm and explain what's going on?
Yeah, that's right. I had the bicep tendon reattached on Monday night. Went in for surgery. That was the first time I've ever had surgery, so It's all very very new to me. But they believe that they did a good job of reattaching that bicep, and now we slowly start to get into the rehab phase and get this arm back stronger than ever as soon as possible, so that hopefully we can do this rematch before the end of the year. I'm hoping for some time, maybe around November. Should be pretty comfortable to come back and, not rush things too much, but get back as soon as possible.
Any pain associated with the surgery?
Yeah, there's a bit of pain involved. When the painkillers wear off, I certainly sort of know about it, and I'm reminded to take a bit more Panadol and whatever, but it hasn't been too bad, to be honest. It hurt more before the surgery than after, so it's feeling okay.
Yeah, just for everybody looking at the screen now, is it your left bicep or your right bicep?
Yeah, left bicep. Yeah.
And you're right-handed, so you can go to the toilet and do all normal things and.
Yeah, that's right. I can do everything normal, but I tell you what, I've got to be in this sling for 6 weeks, and I'm only 5 days in, and I'm already over it. So it's going to be a long 6 weeks, that's for sure. Especially at the moment, we've got our gym opening up tomorrow, so it's all hands on deck at the moment. There's a lot to do, and I feel pretty hopeless with one arm. It's pretty frustrating.
Andrew, if the rematch does occur, do you know or have they indicated where it will occur?
No, I haven't had any indication of that as of yet.
There was a rematch clause though, right?
No, there wasn't a rematch clause, but
don't tell Rick Glazer that.
But Guevara did say in the ring that he would give me a rematch, and my team spoke with Mauricio Suleiman, the WBC president, who promised us a rematch as well. So I hope everything goes to plan and we can get that done. First fight back around November.
Would Guevara come back to Australia to fight?
I'm not sure. He seemed to love his time here in Australia, so yeah, hopefully that might be an option. If not, maybe it'll be over in America, where I've fought a lot of times under Top Rank. We'll have to wait and see. I would prefer not to go to Mexico, but look, the main thing is just to make sure this fight happens, and it happens next.
Mexico would be very, very interesting because with all politeness, they're corrupt at the best of times. So
and if you can't get a decision you deserve in your hometown,
you're
I
not getting it there, mate.
It's going to go going to his. But look, the main thing is to make sure this rematch happens, and it happens next. I want to go straight into that. I'm not interested in any other building myself back up, any other fights at a lower level. I want to go straight back into that rematch.
Can you just explain to people what that means? Because a lot of people don't understand that once you lose a fight of that magnitude, that you drop right down the rankings, and you got to literally start all over again. Can you just give people a clearer idea of what that means?
Yeah, you're right. I think a lot of people don't understand that about boxing. It's a very cutthroat game. So many times throughout my career, when you're building up and when you're not fighting for world titles or defending a world title, you know, you're not making anything really. You know, by the time you pay for your training camp and you're training full time,
Wow, there you go. That's one that hasn't happened in a while.
No, there's not. Hopefully we can get Andrew back onto the live stream and get back on, because some of the stuff that he just revealed was sensational, and I mean that in the literal sense of the word.
He's back on. Let's get him back on. Just hang on a second. Let's get him back on. That hasn't happened in a long time.
I don't think it's happened at all.
Yeah. Welcome back, mate. We got you back.
Sorry, lost you there, guys.
That's all right. Let's get back to where you were explaining the ranking system.
Yeah.
And what that means.
So as I said, people probably don't understand how much of a cutthroat game boxing really is. A loss really, really sets you back a long way in this sport, and especially financially. You know, when you're not fighting for world titles or defending a world title, you really struggle to make anything out of the sport, especially by the time you pay for your training camps and fly, international sparring partners over and do things properly. You almost walk away with nothing for your fight. And plenty of times throughout my career, I did lose money from fighting just by investing in myself and making sure that I had a proper training camp and won these fights in the hope that it would pay off in the future when you become world champion. And yeah, when you're not fighting for the belt, or you're probably looking at, you're making at least a tenth of what you're making. So, again, touching on that before, when people were, I guess, a little bit outraged by my reaction to the fight, if your boss said to you, you're going to get a pay raise, you're going to get a promotion, you're going to get 10 times what you make now, all you have to do is X, Y, Z, and then you do that, and then they say, nah, we decided we'll give it to the other guy, he's going to get 10 times more than you, and you're going to go back to making hardly anything and struggling to get by. I'm sure they would then understand my reaction. And that's how it is in boxing. So, yeah, for me to go back now at 33 years of age and 10 years deep into a pro career and go back to fighting for almost nothing, it's a very, very, very difficult. So that's why I'm really, really hoping we can put this rematch together, because I believe I deserve that win. And to go back and fight for nothing now would be a massive, massive blow that I don't believe I deserve. So I hope we can go straight into that rematch and back to where I believe I belong.
In monetary terms, mate, what's the difference between, or what was the difference between winning and losing in Perth?
No, your purse is decided before the fight, win, lose or draw, but it's the future purses that are affected massively.
What, hundreds of thousands?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So as a world champion, you're going to be making, I'll give you not accurate figures, but a very, very close estimate to what a world champion might make. Say 200,000 for a defense, whereas going back and fighting and rebuilding, you might be lucky if you make $10,000 for a fight.
Wow.
So it's a massive blow. Every loss in boxing sets you back a long way, and that's why it's so hard to take when you don't believe you deserve that loss. So yeah.
No wonder one of your biggest supporters, the face of Fox Sports in Australia, Jonathan Brown, went on hit the flagship show On the Couch and said corrupt judges.
Yeah, that's right. Brandy was obviously there on the night, and he's a flag bearer. We had an undefeated record of him flag bearing going in, and we should have still had it. But a bad decision. now has tarnished that streak we had with Brownie. But yeah, he's a great supporter of myself and Jason, and yeah, thank him greatly for his support over the years.
Are you okay now?
In terms of the result, or
just your mental health, the ability to compartmentalise what's happened and moving forward?
No, I mean, it's still tough. I'm sort of lucky that I've been extremely busy this week and haven't had a lot of time to think about it. But yeah, it still hurts. It hurts massively, and I just got to have faith that we can put this rematch together, because, as I said, that's the only way I really feel like I can put this behind me. Otherwise, it's probably going to be something that I think about and it haunts me for the rest of my life. So I need this rematch, and I need to make sure that I get the decision that I deserve next time around. And I'm very confident if we can make this fight that I'll walk away with a win, especially with two healthy arms entering the ring.
Absolutely, you should. All right, Andrew, we know you've got a very busy schedule. Thank you very much. You've been very, very generous. We love the explanation. I think a lot of people don't understand what goes on behind the scenes in boxing, what training camp involves, how much of a discrepancy there is between fighting for a world title, being a world champion, and fighting as a regular fight. And I think today you've given us a much better picture and indication of what the sport really involves. It's not all glitz and glamour like what people see. They see their Mayweathers and all these, and Canelos and got all these cars, and they got paid this much and that much. They did, because the ones underneath them are getting paid nothing. So thank you, Andrew. Tony, before we wrap things up, do you have any more questions?
Yeah, one more from me, Andrew. Just for all your fight fans out there, we know you're opening your gym tomorrow on the Gold Coast. Give your fans where they can either go to your Instagram handle and find out all the details, and you can maybe tell us the website of what's going on tomorrow.
Yeah, that's right. Exciting day tomorrow. Months and months of hard work and planning to get this gym ready, and we're opening the doors from 9 till 12. The gym is actually in Tweed Head, so right on the border of Northern New South Wales and the Gold Coast. So if you're around that area, come down to Undisputed Boxing and Fitness in Tweed Heads, number 31 Machinery Drive. Come check out the gym. We've got free classes, 9:30 for adults, 10:30 for kids. We've got sausage sizzle giveaways and foundation memberships available. So come down and check it out.
And what's your Instagram handle for those who didn't get that?
Undisputed Boxing _Fitness. Beautiful.
And also, we assume that not only are you looking for the next world champion, but also the influencers and the mums out there who frequent the Gold Coast and Burleigh Heads, they can get down too.
Absolutely. That's really what we're trying to do with this gym. There's not really a gym around that caters for everyone, from just boxing for fitness and complete beginners all the way to professional fighters. And we've got classes that cater for absolutely everyone. So yeah, that's the aim, and we want to be the best gym in Australia, and I'm certain we will be.
Right, now, just one more. Are you going to be helping training and taking personal classes when you're ready?
Yes, I will be. Yep. I believe Tuesday night's going to be Team Moloney Tuesdays, and me and Jason will be all hands on deck on the Tuesday nights, and also other nights when we can, further away from fights. Like at the moment, we'll be popping in the gym as much as possible and helping out. So come down and see what it's all about.
Well, congratulations. We wish you all the best for the gym opening, and we look forward to hearing about your future endeavours in the boxing world.
Thanks very much. Appreciate you having me on, guys.
No problem, mate.
Thanks, Andrew.
All right, everyone. Thank you all for tuning into Raw Sport. Thank you, Andrew. Thank you, Tony. Take care. We'll catch you on the